though. I couldn't, or I didn't. I guess I could have, but I didn't do the stacked boards thing because even though I think that's cool, there were so many things on the board that I shifted it a little bit and everything started
Oh
moving.
no.
And I was like, hold on, I'm just gonna set it back down, and then we'll go from there. So, to recap what we're looking at right here, there was the monolith adventure was successful, and you people, we'll call you people for now, went up a hill, managed to get a monolith in place. Enemies started swarming you once the horn was raised, well, the whistly thing was raised, and enemies started to swarm you. There was some really cool fighting and some mediocre swings, I guess.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
the monolith came into being. Ariel rushed up the hill as some other mage individuals were also up the hill for their own reasons, and grabbed this monolith while the mages were also trying to bring in the shock troops or whatever. And successfully, you brought in the beginnings of this army that began to sweep across the hilltop, murder the rest of the people trying to get to you, started providing medical aid, started bringing in supplies after the troops and so forth. And they just keep coming, like over and over and over and over and over. While you don't necessarily have a ton of ships in the Empire, or didn't when you left, you definitely have plenty of people willing to prove themselves, willing to engage in battle, that sort of thing. So the troops just keep coming. Soldiers, mages, support staff, anything you can think of is pouring through this summoning process. As mages get tired, they sort of drop off, but additional mages have been coming through, so there's no stopping it, right? In your first sort of breath, I guess, of true safety, or at least as safe as it seems like you can be on this continent, surrounded by people willing to protect you, is there anything anyone wants to do as these troops are coming in and all of that stuff?
I feel like I need a healer because I've been messed up multiple
And it's
times.
cool if not.
Yeah, I definitely think Barrett could be looking for a healer.
Soldiers come in, they're calling you heroes. They're and the other mages and soldiers and stuff, but really anyone who survived this encounter, they're saying like they're shaking your hands or your paws. They're like celebrating you, nodding to you, all sorts of stuff like that. Like if you had status after you completed the mission to like just warn everybody, now you have hero status. You know what I mean? Like these people are all gonna remember you, and they think you're great, and that sort of stuff. But cool, if there's nothing you'd like to do.
I think
my to find my images. Load this bad boy up underneath you so that I don't have to move everything. Badoom. Soldiers begin to swarm this hill. They set up tents and fortifications and all that stuff. I'm going to move all of this stuff down a little bit so it kind of makes more sense, even though it's just super cluttered at this point. And I guess I'll pull them off. But so as this hill is fortified, right? Everyone's calling you hero. Some call them like generals, I guess, people higher up in the military, right? Come to you and they say, tell us what happened, debrief us, give us the information. So I'm actually gonna pull stuff.
I think people wanted to do stuff.
Come on. No, not the bag too. You're killing me. All right, cool. I'm gonna pull these off. So they pull you into a meeting. Well, if you want to go, you could kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll go.
But they request your presence at a meeting to debrief them. Anybody not want to go to something like that?
I wouldn't be outside the tent yelling, cat yelling.
Waiting to be let in.
No, just being outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. So you and your homies are gonna head into a tent, right? All four of you now?
No, we're gonna be outside the tent.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
right. I've got you got cats now.
I guess I have cats. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Well, in this meeting, if everyone else attends, I'll just not.
I have great hearing,
Yeah, that's a good point too.
but I also go.
Ages.
I'm gonna have to take a video of the cat outside. He's a yeller.
Sample it.
Actually, the soldiers are soldiers represented, and I guess mages too, so they don't have to be on the board. Cool. So, you debrief these people, of course. Anything you want to hide that you don't want to tell them about?
I don't think so.
I can't think of anything either. So you go
Barry
back
could obviously
through
be lying about how effective he was in combat. Of course. Yes. I took them all down. I led the team. It's all me.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna tell them, hey, there's a war front near here. There's basically everything you learned during your interrogation and your encounter, I guess, with the other scouts. You give them all this information, right? Then this is like basically immediately after your fight, because they're just trying to learn as much as they can before they engage this enemy, right? And one of the guys who's maybe leading it, it's let's see. Her name is Imelda, General Imelda, and she is we'll go with a goblin for once. She's a goblin. She basically the entire time you're talking is also having people bring in maps and troop tallies and all sorts of stuff. So she's very, very organized, very focused, even when her focus is split. And she, after you give this debrief, she's got all this information. She sits for a moment, takes it all in, and then doesn't like put it aside, but doesn't address everything you've said, right? Instead, she says, now, what we're going to do next is this the voice I want to use? I don't know.
Bizzle, is that you?
Okay, what you're gonna do is, or what we have the opportunity to open the city that we're going to attack, and what we need is one individual who is willing to infiltrate the city under cover of darkness, under cover of disguise, and open the city for us. Would any of you like to volunteer for that mission?
I mean, I'm not very good at salty.
You did say you were one of the best fighters in this battle. And
Yeah, exactly. Very loud and obvious.
of everyone here, you might have the most information about the land.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, Samson's doing a lot of research. But yeah, okay.
Samson lays recovering in one of the tents.
Right. I can try. I mean, what's my exit if I don't succeed?
If you don't succeed, we're going to take the city anyway.
Right.
So, all you have to do is wait.
Okay, sure.
Imelda motions and outside. Well, I guess Professor Purrington, you could see it. One of the guards or whatever goes to one of the carts you've had the whole time, a supply cart, and brings forth this like maybe body wide sort of box. Brings it in, sets it down. Anybody who's been paying attention, I guess, this box is the box that was handed to Admiral Saltain. Beginning. It's been on your carts the whole time because it was loaded in, but didn't super go through the carts, so whatever. We'll just bring it forth now. And they set this box down, and Imelda flicks the latch. It's not locked or anything. It's just a box, right? And opens this box, and inside is like the leather, and I'm not sure what they would use for cushion. Maybe like a bunch of really hard packed wool or something around a dagger with a bunch of runes on it. And Imelda spins it a little bit and says, "Do you know what this is?"
It's a dagger.
It is.
Right.
So, what we need you to do is go out onto the field, find one of the dead soldiers that looks very, we'll find you one that has a rank of some sort. You're gonna slice across him, and then you're gonna stab yourself with this dagger.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna stab yourself with this dagger.
Why would I do that?
It's a magic dagger, of course. Of course. And
Why would they make it a dagger that you have to stab yourself? What? Couldn't it just be like, I hold it and it's magical?
that's not how it works. I didn't make it.
Okay. Who did?
An interesting question that qualifies as state secrets. Even I don't know.
Right. Okay.
A couple of guards in the room. Imelda leans over and gives them some directions, and they're going to perform this magic trick for you, right? Maybe one's a cat soldier. Or not a cat soldier. That's too important. Maybe one's a fox soldier, and another one is, I guess, a human, right? The cat soldier sort of draws fox soldier draws the knife along their hand, like the back of their hand. Gets a little bit of blood on it. The human soldier winces, like does that, and then stabs himself in the chest between sort of where the ribs, all that meat where your arm connects, right? Next to your armpit. Not at the bottom, you'll die, but up in sort of the middle. Stabs himself, and then you're looking at two fox soldiers standing in the room, but one of them's wincing.
Is he gonna die? Is he?
Of course he's not gonna die. And they open several crates full of healing potions and salves and everything that they would need for a military campaign. They have available. So the second, I guess, fox soldier pulls the knife out and then has a potion and starts to wrap where the knife was with a bandage.
Sure. Okay. So why am I doing this rather than anyone else? Is it just my local knowledge? Fine. No, okay. Nobody else is volunteering. That's the
If you're
answer.
too afraid to do it, then I guess I can do it.
No offense to you, but I feel like the two weakest people in this group are volunteering right now. But it's fine.
That is highly offensive.
Well, it's slightly evident, water magic and all that.
Yeah, but you're like supposed to be sneaking in anyhow, so it's not like you should be using your skills.
Meow, 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 meow.
And I don't want to talk bad about Purrington, but he's a little like chaotic, and I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll go, but you may need to launch a rescue mission.
The rescue mission is coming immediately after. All you have to do is open the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I'll stab a dead pigeon. That's very morbid.
Well, if you two just want to flip for it, you're welcome to. Or we can send one of our own. It doesn't matter. I just asked if you wanted to volunteer.
Yeah, I'll volunteer. It's fine.
Okay. Cool. They drag sort of several individuals who seem like they might be higher up as military individuals. There's the dead mage with the leash kind of chain thing still stuck on their arm. You've got sort of a very bright armor kind of person. That would have been the Yellow Knight that came up the side of the fight. And then I guess one of the third ones is one of the blue ones that came towards the end of the fight.
Okay. I feel I could take the knight. The Yellow Knight. It's my color.
That's a good point. So these bodies are laying on the ground. Ooh, Leariel, would you want to investigate these bodies with your sight? That might help.
Sure thing.
Sure thing. Okay. I'll take just a brilliance roll to see if you gain any what's it called? Feelings? Visions?
The visions, impressions, like knowledge of present, which has a word that I don't currently remember.
Yeah. There is a word I'm trying to think of too, but it escapes me.
Oh, clairsentience.
All right, that wasn't the word I was looking for.
I rolled 19 plus 4 is 23.
My gosh. Okay. Yeah, sure. As you sort of wave over or sit nearby these individuals, just to sort of get a sense of them, they're dead. So all you could see is really past, I guess, for them. But the one with the leash thing, as you look back through their life, they never don't have the leash. Like, everywhere they go, they have it. So that one's probably not it. Just to say that. You would need someone collared for that. The other two, the Yellow Knight does seem to be someone who was leading maybe like a regiment of knights. Maybe half of the knights that showed up, or armed people that showed up to this fight, were underneath that person's their purview, right? And then the blue sort of fighter, you see this person doing a lot of training recently, and going before maybe like not a council, but like several individuals, and doing some sort of maybe ritual or something that looks like promotion. So this individual seems to have risen in their post, but it would be super recently.
Okay, I guess I share my impressions with the group. See if anybody has any ideas about what any of that means. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
I also don't know yet.
I see that one.
Well, I do know about the leash. 100% I know about the leash, and just common knowledge would say don't choose that one, but you can if you want, if you could spin it some way.
I think then I should take the knight, because I don't want to take someone who's recently promoted, because everyone will know his name right now, and that'll make it a lot more hard to slip by, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, just sort of a leader of a small group, I can just pretend that I've lost the entire crew, and people probably won't bother me much.
Sure. All right. Is that the one you're going with?
Yeah.
Cool.
How do I use this dagger thing then? Where am I going to stab myself? Where should I stab myself?
Yeah, Imelda's probably outside. Well, I don't know. Imelda's got the tent flaps open, still working inside, but watching this process. And she'll yell something like, You just need the blood from whoever you're going to look like, and then you stab yourself. The best place that we can find is between the, just under the collarbone, next to the shoulder, and on the other side, next to where your ribs curve in. That meaty portion, right there.
Okay. Isn't that full of organs and stuff? All right.
No. Not in your rib cage. Outside your rib cage.
Okay. Sort of miming it to myself.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
do this. Cool. So if you'll take your blood sample,
Yep.
then they begin to coordinate. They begin to coordinate the process of you opening the gate or the door or however it's going to work, and then everybody else rushing in, right?
Right.
So you have sort of long discussions with these guards. Meanwhile, there are several other individuals in the camp. Professor Purrington is with the Catos. One of them's messed up. The mage that didn't have his collar erased. I don't know what their names are, so I don't know which one that is. But that one's whining a lot, hiding, sort of very small meows.
Well.
And and the other two try and catch up with what happened since you all were separated, the experiments, how they got here. They try and fill you in and get information from you, but there's a lot of licking and, getting distracted and looking at shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to cover with them?
I just want to know how they came to be.
How they came to be. And do you have names for these? Are they part of your list?
I haven't given a name to the mage cat.
Okay.
Call him Ben.
Ben.
Everyone, the big cat with the mean-looking cat. That's Wilfred.
Okay.
And then the scrawny cat. That his name is just the Prince of Cats.
Prince of Cats. Got it. So the way you and these cats were made, if I remember correctly, is there was a bunch of experimentation on.
Oh, so these are the same cats from that area?
Yeah.
So how'd they get across the pond?
That's what we're gonna go through.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to recap, there was experimentation on the cats and stuff where you were, right?
Yeah.
And who did that?
I don't know.
Okay. But I can't remember.
Well, I don't know exactly, but it was the house of the music,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Yeah. So these cats, we'll go with Wilfred. He's probably got like a kind of.
No, he's like, oh hey. He has the opposite of that voice.
Okay, perfect. Oh hey.
He is kind of, yeah,
I'm Navi.
a cartoony voice.
After we left the house, we were in cages. They put us in cages. We weren't even together. They separated us, and we were on a ship for a very long time. It was something to do with they had sold us or something like that as part of a deal. So we came to this place, and they've been training us with these collars. And they all bristle at collars, like they're all mad about that junk.
Meow.
And then they've been using us to find the enemy of these pigeon people. They keep us out all night and all day. They make us work. We have to sense and find where the enemy is, and then when we find them, we were supposed to eradicate them, and help and everything. All we want to do is just lay around.
Meow.
Where were you? What? We
Meow.
knew someone would come for us, but-
Meow. Yada meow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the Prince of Cats, he always said you would come, but we didn't know. We didn't know when.
Meow, I'm here now, meow. Meow, there are many of us over back in the Catland. Meow.
The Catland.
Catlands. Meow. There's the meow, the other main one, Major Whiskered Turd, meow, cat Benatar. Meow.
The littermates. Yes.
Yeah, meow.
The Brotherhood. Or the Catterhood.
Meow, yeah, meow. I'm so glad you survived, Wilfred, meow. I saw you, meow. I've never seen you, meow. With my cat eyes, in the cage. I was meow locked in a cage, and you were locked in a cage, meow. And I would meow over to you sometimes, but I don't think you heard my meows. But that's okay, meow.
We've all heard your meows. We remember. We remember.
Yeah,
the great
meow. And
days.
I heard your scream, your yells too from the experiments, and it was horrible, meow.
Those experiments, meow.
We'll revenge. We'll get revenge, meow.
We will get revenge. Meow.
Meow. Meow, meow.
Yeah, so just to explain it not in that voice, Bisk, in making the deals with the pigeon people, made many across the water deals that included these cats. These are the cats that you saw, or that you heard about, that the small cats saw in the port town. 3 cat individuals taken through town, out the other side, and used to find the enemy. And meanwhile, so the rest of the camp just hears a lot of meow, 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 meow. You know, like off sort of in a tent or near a tent, and it's a bunch of cat stuff. Meanwhile, Soraya, not going on this mission adventure, hears, or not hears. I guess you. Well, where would you be? I'll just let you choose. Why would I choose for you?
Maybe she would go and see how Samson is doing.
All right. Well, then take back the part where someone comes to find you for Samson, and you just go to Samson yourself.
Okay.
We did it.
Yay.
Like, we're on the same page. Samson lies in a tent. There are several wounded, but none as wounded as Samson. As you come in, he's like half asleep, I guess, or whatever, doing the laying in bed thing, just trying to recover. He's got like a really big set of bandages across his torso.
Man, I wouldn't have guessed that like digging the latrine was so dangerous.
Soraya. He starts crying immediately. As soon as you say something, he's Soraya.
Do you need
You
me
saved
to...
my life.
I mean, yeah, I did.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, you would have done the same for any of us, right? I mean, at least tried.
Sure, yeah. I would have tried. Thank you so much.
Do you need something else, like
Yes.
a tissue?
Yes. Okay, he's like got tears all over his hands, but he's like grabbing your one hand, and he's like, okay, listen to me. Listen to me. If I don't make it through this, I need you to take the notes back. I need you to take everything back, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Like your notebook where all the plants
Exactly.
and like bugs and stuff are in it.
Exactly. The 14 notebooks I've made since we got here.
There's 14 of them.
I draw a lot, okay? I had a lot of time, okay?
Okay. So like, who do I give them to?
Just he like gets serious. He's like,
I mean,
"Oh,
of course, you're gonna be fine. You'll get home.
yeah, well,
but
no, it's
just in
that's-
case.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to give them to Timothy because he's actually really dumb. He says he's really good at what he does, and that's fine. But he doesn't have the brilliant mind that I do. So we need to choose a good person for you to give all the information to. And like he just starts going into a list of people who are like potential or whatever, and he's like running through the list.
I mean, I don't know any of these people, so you're gonna just have to tell me.
Right, of course. I guess if you could find my mentor, if you could find my mentor in the House of Music, his name is Polliford. If you'll find Master Polliford, you could give him all the information, and then make sure to follow him back and make sure he puts them on his desk, not on any other tables, because as soon as he puts anything on any of the other tables, he loses it entirely. Okay, so give them to him, and then you got to follow him, and you got to make sure he puts them on his desk. Okay.
And then I'm done with that task, right?
It would be it. I want to say you would be heralded as one of the greatest providers of knowledge to the Empire in maybe 300 years, but I wrote the notes. So you would be, like, I guess, footnoted in those notes, hopefully, and everyone would think you're amazing that way. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, should I take them now or, like, just wait until I hear bad news?
You think I'm gonna die now?
No.
What's it look like out there? Are they everywhere?
I mean, not yet. They're making plans to go into the city, so hopefully it won't even come back this way.
Okay, then I guess leave them in the trunk with the 147 samples I've taken. Okay.
Oh, I don't have to do anything with those, right?
It all needs to go. You're gonna need 4 people to carry the trunks.
I guess I can find some people to help carry it.
Thank you so much.
You would know, like, is there a way to just, like, transport this stuff back through that, like, monolith or something?
He gets serious again. He's like, well, actually, the way it works is, and starts going into the way it works. And he basically explains the process where he says, you know, like, the way it works is that you need to have a space that's already designated for transference from one place to another place. So that's why this monolith works, because the plans have been specifically attuned to a room, or not a room, it's actually sort of a courtyard, but it's outside the castle. So what's happening is every time they teleport some individuals over, those individuals have moved into that space, and then they are transported here, and only the stuff in that space that is tied to this specific spell in the monolith can move in that way. There's actually a very interesting series of events that occurred.
Okay. I think that's enough. Like, I don't need all those details. But
Of course! I didn't mean to burden you. I'm just on the edge, you know.
oh, yes, I understand. I'm not trying to give you a hard time or anything. It's very busy out there. So, anything else that you need before I go?
Can you draw?
I mean, anyone can draw, right?
I'm gonna go with no then. Okay. That's fine.
I mean, what were you looking to have drawn?
If you could take a series of drawings of what's happening so that we can record them, I would do it, but I'm in the bed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I'll do my best.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for saving my life.
Yeah, sure. You should probably get some rest now.
Yeah, some like field medic comes in and is like, Samson, I told you you need to relax. I've given you 3 draughts of sleeping medicine. Why won't you stay asleep? And he's just crying. I'm doing my best.
I'll lean over to the porter or the field medic guy and like, maybe you should like just stay in here with him and just like sing a lullaby or something. Anyway, good luck. Bye.
Medic's like, no. Samson, it's time for your medicine. Here you go. And provides the medicine to him. And you can go chill, I guess, wherever you chill. And then, Liariel, where would you be as the cats are caterwauling, as they catter do? And you can sort of hear Samson crying across the campsite as it, again, there are people constantly pouring out of this sort of, well, it's not a portal, but consider it a portal. Where would you be in camp? What do you think your goal would be in your downtime?
I would be trying to help everybody heal. I think I remember requests from fair enough to get some healing done, so I can do some of that remotely while he's on mission if he likes. Just sending out psychic strength and healing to people.
Okay. Oh, cool. I wonder if you. Okay. Let's do it this way then. Healing doesn't work that way. But you have a whole deck of cards that does an incredible amount of things.
Sure.
Would you want to test the fates and see what the cards... But bad stuff could happen too. I will say, because I don't know what the cards are either. But the only way to affect this whole place is to touch the monolith before you do it.
Like the way you think. Yeah.
Okay. This is so
I was
scary.
actually going to be my next question, is if I could touch the monolith while I was doing the healing to boost the power. It seemed to work
You
really
draw
well.
death.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so scary. But yeah, so healing doesn't work that way. Healing magic doesn't. The only way Professor Purrington is actually healing is because he's changing time itself, which can't be unchanged, I guess. But like in the same way that a fireball dissipates after you throw a fireball, it's not just like forever. Healing would not be healing anymore. Do it just in the system, the way everybody heals through traditional healing, and there's potions that people brew to better and worse strengths, and then those potions could also be made kind of like into a gel and put on as a salve or under bandages or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that's
I
how
could
think it
use
works.
my power to heal people.
You can use what?
My power with the tarot deck.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because I don't know what you'll pull. But if you want to try.
Neither do I, but I'm feeling lucky. There's more positive cards in the deck than negative ones.
Okay. So you step up to this monolith. The mages step away because they can pause the pulling in of people, right? So they step away, and they also treat you with deference because they watched you create this gigantic being with the sword and stuff in the last session. So they sort of like draw away, and they're like, Mage, whatever you need, please do so.
Okay, let's see. I have pulled the Nine of Pentacles, which depicts a woman in a vineyard. So she is going to appear and feed everyone a grape that will work like a potent healing potion that will heal everyone. With all of the grapes from her vineyard.
Yes. You touch this monolith, cast your spell that's unknown even to Liariel, and you know how when we see magic in games and stuff, there's like that circle that starts and like expands out. From the monolith, even though it's on the edge, it doesn't matter. A sort of wave pushes forward through the camp, and in its wake is a cool breeze. The more normal sounding expanse of a forest, the crickets and birds and all of that stuff, they wouldn't be capable of being heard normally, because all of humanity would drive them away. But the cool breeze, the return to sort of peace and nature spreads out across the camp. Ariel is probably glowing a little bit, touching this monolith, and soothing goes to everyone. Most of them don't need healing. They're fresh. They're ready to go. But across the camp, peace and confidence, I guess, wells up in all of these soldiers. And the cat mage sort of moves from whimpering and sadness into full slumber, and looks a lot cuter while it's asleep, half upside down, kind of. And then the drugs maybe work a little better than they have on Samson. Samson returns to sleep as well, and in the restive sort of calm, the people who are injured heal faster, recuperate faster, and I do think that this feeling would linger for quite a while, maybe throughout the night, even though people are going to be moving out from here. This place right here is a zone of peace and confidence for all of these soldiers. And when you do it, the mages have never seen anything like this before. Like, this is magic beyond anything anyone's ever done. And they're like, oh, what? Great one. They start calling you Great One or Great Mage.
Oh, here we go again.
They, after you're done and you maybe step away, they rush up to you and they're like, Great Mage, how did you do that? That was incredible. That was amazing.
Well, all the tarot cards really need is a little imagination. They can read the future, but they can also help create the future.
Oh, of course, the future. So, do you practice with the House of Cards? Are you part, or not cards, stars? Are you part of the House of Stars? Do you lead the House of Stars?
Not really, no.
Right, of course. Why? Everyone in the House of Stars is so amazing. Why? And you, of course, could do anything you want. Could you teach us how to do what you did?
Sure. Let me tell you about a thing called the law of attraction, where thoughts become things. So if you focus on positive things, then positive things will happen. You focus on negative stuff happens. And you're as powerful as you believe you are, and let yourself be.
They look on in wonder. trying to understand how magic can even work that way, and they're like, they like start getting out pieces of paper, little notebooks, trying to write down everything you said. Imelda sticks her head out of the tent that she's been working in, and she says, why have the troops stopped? So get back to the monolith, bring in the troops. And the mages like have to shuffle real quick and go and do that. I'm gonna roll though for one of them. Wait, yeah, I'm gonna roll physically. 12. So as these mages come back after what you've said, the first one moves up to touch the monolith and like sort of glances back at you, and touches the monolith and holds out their hand, and for just a moment, there's a cupcake in their hand, and they're like. They like look at you again, but then the cupcake vanishes, of course, and they have to get back to their job. But you've
good start. Keep practicing.
Yeah, as you leave, you basically leave the beginnings of like a magical revolution right here in a different continent. And
wouldn't be the first time.
The others are like making notes as fast as they can, and like, how did you do that? Oh my gosh! Like discussion and stuff. But from here, everyone in the camp who's not leaving settles down. The troops begin to follow behind Captain Barrick, and they move. I'm going to move the first. They move into the future with you all. Please don't go back. All right, nice. Behind Captain Barrick, they push across the... It's loading. River. And Captain Barrick has gone ahead, but the bulk of the troops push across the river. As Captain Barrick goes across the river and begins this process, is there... Any sort of plan you could think of or you'd like to take or any of that stuff?
I'm just gonna try and get in there. Look, I'm gonna be like muddy. I'm actually injured, so that won't be too hard to fake with the knife wound.
Oh, that's a good point. You grab a little bit of the restive feeling from Liario's magic, of course, but a little injured makes sense still.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of trying to play up a defeated soldier slinking back.
Okay.
It's sort of a desperate hurry.
As you head towards the city, behind you, you know that they're coming. You hear clashes as it sounds like the soldiers are building and pushing across the river through some amount of individuals who are resisting, right? The pigeon army doesn't have a ton of people here. They don't have a full force, but they do have some guards because their capital or whatever. And some army individuals, some what are they called? All I can think is brigands, but that's not it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So you head off alone, you cross the river safely, and move up to the building, or the gates, right? The gates, yeah. Pretty standard, made out of stone. They have the ability to drop the portcullis, and there's no moat, more like a physical barrier kind of thing. But there are... there's probably 5 individuals sort of waiting around, and just to get the timeline right, you don't have to stab yourself as you cross the river and all of that junk, unless you chose to do so. But you've probably got, I would hope, a backpack of healing potions just to sort of get you through what's happening.
Yeah.
And then at any point you stab yourself with a knife and then move into the view of these enemy soldiers.
I would angle myself to be looking like I came directly from the battle as well. So not coming from like the side. I would sort of traverse behind the pigeon forces that are getting decimated right now.
Yeah, gotcha. You crossed before there even was a fight, so no trouble doing that. You would have crossed. This looks like a big river in this picture, but you are a captain of a ship. I think you can swim across one river.
Yeah.
Cool. You make it to the other side. You come up to this gate. These guards who are standing at the base of the gate, not on top. There's they're not like on top of a terrace or whatever watching, no balconies, any of that stuff. They're on the ground. They have a little guard post, of course, because that's how you run a gate. And they grab or they tense up on weapons, but there's no indication that the enemy would be here by now, right? And they just say, classic, who goes there?
I need to think of a name. just help. I'm just gonna act like really exhausted.
That makes a lot of sense, especially because you would know that these people don't have names.
Yeah.
I was gonna let you say a name real quick, but these people don't have names. So you say help. Maybe two of the guards move forward. Say, what is it you need help with? Is that leader of the first force? And they're like trying to get a look at you in the darkness.
I am now all that is left of the first force. There's
another one comes out to sort of help you, and they're like, "Come! How? What? Tell us! What happened?
Ambushed by yeah. This was a small group, and they delayed us long enough for reinforcements to come from nowhere.
Reinforcements? There's a large force out there. They're close to the city.
I fell. It was on a hill, and I lost track of it. I don't think it's that big. There wasn't that many coming in, and I saw, but
how many did
bigger
you see?
than our force. How big was the force that he led again? It was like
so
it was only like 9 that turned up, wasn't there?
Yeah. It would be a smaller force. So maybe including mages and support. 15 max, I guess.
Okay. Say there was 100, and they had weapons that worked with them.
100. So we need to raise the alarm immediately. We need to all hands on deck. We need to repel invaders.
I don't think 100 would threaten a city, but okay.
Well, that's true. But if you saw 100 of one force beyond the fighting walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's going to happen anyway. An army's not going to approach quietly.
Yeah.
A few extra minutes to repair isn't going to help them.
13 for them. They say, okay, send the runner, and one of them goes off to begin preparation of all of these people, and you are taken. They're like, come to this guardhouse and eat, relax. Do we need do we need to set up anything? These are lower ranks. It seems like they seem to be deferring to you.
Look, we just need to be ready to charge out and kill the bastards for what they did. To my team, my force.
You said they were so strong, and the weapons worked with them. How would we even defend on that? We should close the gate immediately.
That was the small group. That was the small group. To say, I didn't even. No, that was they had like advanced force, like, but.
Oh. Okay. So it's a small group. There's more coming though. Okay. Got it. And they begin to busy themselves with, getting their weapons ready and all of that stuff.
I don't know. I don't think they'll attack the city. I mean, it would make sense if they're from the south to attack the front lines from the back.
Okay, let's roll for this.
Yeah.
Because now that I see what you're doing, let's roll for it. You think presence as this person?
Yes.
But it's your presence.
Yeah. I don't have the bonus though. Well, I don't have the gear bonus. Ugh. That's 12.
Okay. I will roll this one for them. 7. Okay. They are deferring to you, and they seem worried. These people don't seem like they've seen the front lines, the battle, but of course they've been told it's coming. They're getting closer. We need to prepare. All of that stuff. So they're very on edge, right?
Yeah.
And they say, okay. Send a second runner. Give them this information. We need to prepare right away. And so the second runner heads off with the information that sort of goes against what the first runner is going to say. So there's confusion, right? But the updated information is that there's a force attacking our front lines, their front lines from the back. Yeah. That makes complete sense. What a good thought. So you chill in this guardhouse. Preparations are made. You see a force sort of form at the gate, and then they begin to march forward and head out. There's a lot of pigeon people here. This is a large force coming at the force of your empire. Your wound hurts.
Yeah.
At some point,
health potion, but don't want to give away that I've got something foreign.
Right.
So, trying to sneak
it. The guardhouse has maybe like a second room, and you're chilling in there, I would assume. But you see this force take form and then head out. Is there anything else you want to do to this area?
I want to try and get an idea of the gate controls and where they are.
Okay.
And sort of almost be sort of in the gatehouse, sort of just watching the patrols almost. Looking sad, but and mopey. But trying to get a bit more information for when the time comes.
So from the gate, like let's say the gate is in the wall, right? That's how they work. They drop down the portcullis.
Yeah.
You got guardhouse on one side. The mechanism is actually on the other side, and it's more ornate than it needs to be. It has sort of like an imposing, gigantic wheel mechanism, and it is carved with all sorts of decorations. There's some of the runes that we've been discussing this whole time on it. It's got gold on each of the handles of the like handles that pull it. Yeah, that's what you could see sort of standing at the gate.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's my plan anyway, then, is to... Now there's not a huge force behind this gate, is to try and get it open when the actual forces turn up.
Okay.
And potentially, if this large force comes back of it, our army behind it, try and overpower the gate so the gate isn't opened.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't closed?
So, no, to make sure it isn't open so that the enemy force is crushed against their own walls.
Right. Cool. I'll just roll for him then.
All right.
I'm gonna roll for the Empire's forces, how fast they move over the river. 17. They take the river easily, I would assume. And then they move into this other space that's on the other side, the open field that we talked about last time. And then this could be how fast they move towards the front lines. Moderate. Of course, has scouts out. Both would. But based on these two rolls and the speed they're moving, I think what happens is the pigeon army moves out of the city, or it's not an army, just the force that they have that they're willing to commit, moves out of the city, heads towards the front lines. Your Empire's forces move across the river and basically catch them from behind, separating them from the city and decimate them pretty quickly, mostly because nobody was expecting that junk. And then you are at the city gate as additional forces from your Empire begin to align and make charge into the gate, all within one night. This pigeon city is threatened.
Yep.
So there, you and these three individuals who are still left there, the enemy seems to be amassing, right? And they're like, oh, we need to get the gate, and start moving towards using the mechanism.
So the gate is open right now and they're trying to close it.
Yeah, the pigeon soldiers have left. They left the gate open because, again, there was no real threat to the city that they were aware of.
Gotcha. I'm going to use this sort of opportunity to sort of stumble over to the gate as well, to the mechanism, because I assume all of them run to the mechanism.
Yeah, they're gonna all pull it.
What is you said it was like gold inlaid, but what is the mechanism made of as such?
I mean, standard wood. It's not gold all the way through. It's just got the like handles of gold.
Yeah,
it's wood.
I'm thinking arson, to be honest.
Okay.
Just thinking of the way. So yeah, if I take out the gears, then the whole mechanism should just lock into place, based on whatever's holding it right already.
Yeah, sure. I mean, in a lot of games and stuff, when you destroy the mechanism, sometimes it falls. But sure.
Yeah, but you don't keep the strain of the door constantly on the mechanism. You'd have some kind of break.
True.
So yeah, I kind of want to just sort of burn them down.
Okay.
So sort of like just trying to get in. I've got a torch. I'm in there. I'm helping, but I'm actually holding it at a really awkward angle. It's catching fire, and probably some ropes that are catching fire as well.
I don't know if
obviously,
you can
and then I
burn a
run
mechanism that fast.
Okay.
Like it's going to be exposed to the weather all the time, and
okay. I thought it was like inside a building. My bad.
Oh no, this is out so that everyone can see it all the time. It's like a very ornate version of what they actually need. Mostly because like they're never gonna need to use it as far as they know, and then suddenly they need to use it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I can do. I wish I brought some kind of grenade.
Yeah, sure. Search.
Is there like
guess,
an oil lantern? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like an oil lantern or something. I could just light them all on fire. That'd be a horrific way for them to go, but
I mean, that's a very
brutal.
A very other captain with a parrot on their shoulder method of solving things.
I mean, at this point, it's it's me or them. They're they're not innocent, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'll just try and like find an oil lantern and just throw it on them, and then all of the mechanism.
Yeah, if you'll search for these opportunities around you.
Yep.
I don't think you should use the metal ones though, but it's up to you.
To use the what,
treasure sense, please.
Treasure sense. These metal ones, they're heavy, so when you roll like you do, they don't flip.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
If I'm being jinxed, I'll use this one. It'll be fine.
Look at that spin.
Nice. What kind of roll was it?
11.
Brilliance, probably. No, but like, what kind of roll?
Oh, yeah. Brilliance, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a 9 then.
Okay. You're standing at the mechanism. There's probably lanterns in the guardhouse that you'd have to run over and get.
I will run over and get them.
Okay. These three individuals start working on the mechanism. The first thing they have to do is pull the brake, right?
Yeah.
Free, and then begin laying it down. So it would start to drop moderately quickly.
I'd have to go for the brake first then, really.
Yeah.
So probably have like a lantern in my hand. Probably find one that's nice and full if possible.
Okay. So the gate starts to move down, and you're gonna move over and just engage the brake again.
Yep. With a lantern in hand, and then a lob the lantern.
The three individuals, they got to be like, pushed a little bit, like jarred. And they're gonna be like, what are you doing? We need to get this gate down. What are you doing? Oh God. That's your attack. So if you'll roll combat, we'll see what happens here.
Probably nothing because it's combat. Yeah, there we go. An 8.
9.
Yeah, there you go. Do I get any bonus for the lantern?
No. What?
Gear score. It's my gear at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, sure. 1.
Yeah.
It's full of oil.
Yeah.
You don't really hurt these individuals, but they are all on the mechanism. So your lantern begins to spread as it breaks. The fire spreads across this mechanism. They would probably try to stop you because at this point it looks like sabotage, right?
Yeah.
So I do think they would turn on you and begin to argue and push you, stuff like that. Anything you can think of to do before they turn on you?
Run away.
Well, just to be clear, if you run away, they're gonna put it out and they're gonna drop the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think anyway. All you need is delay, I think, at this point.
How could you lock out the forces? I'm going to be like, how can you lock them out? The force you sent out, we can't lose any more.
Yeah, they're arguing. Those are the enemy. They're going to get in.
What about we've got to wait for the return of our forces. Can't all be dead.
Man, what a lie.
Yeah. going for the forlorn captain at the moment. Lost his whole team.
All right, one more presence lie, or well, brilliance. Either one you want.
Probably presence because I'm trying to exude a sort of an attitude, I guess, of my body.
True.
Like 16. Classic.
They're not gonna believe you. Well, I mean, they want to believe you, but they've seen it's been agreed that the enemy's out front, so they're gonna jump on you, and I'm just gonna roll some attacks against you.
Go for it.
Got a 15, a 2, and a 4. I think you burned some hands.
Okay.
Hey, nice.
17 grit.
So you're like stood in front of this mechanism, and they're like pushing and trying to get past you to pull it down, to pull the brake, because you're standing at the brake, right?
Yeah.
And you begin to hear like the of horses coming, yelling. Your forces are coming at them, and at the gate, trying to make it through. They were told the gate would be open, and it is open technically. There's a struggle that they can't see. Any other thoughts on delay or anything special you want to move with?
See, you can hear them coming back now. Just sort of almost, I'm trying to shock them into realizing it's the enemy without attacking me. Is the plan there? That's the play. To really bring attention to the fact that it's happening.
So you're telling them this is the enemy now?
No, I'm telling them this is their friendly forces coming. They know it's a lie.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that they'll think I'm just delusional.
One of them might pull back and just check one more time, because this is really important. Like, they have to know.
Yeah.
On a 2, which is weird because that's what it was before. How did that happen? On a 2, I don't think they'd be able to tell who it is in the dark. And they're so scared about messing this up. They have what seems like a commanding officer arguing with them. The one looking over there is like, I can't tell. The other 2 are just pushing you. They're like, it doesn't matter. And they are going to attack you. I'm going to leave the rolls that I had from them attacking you because I thought that was it. So a 20 and a 13. Okay. Try and push you out of the way and shove you and all that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they both hit.
They're gonna push you away or push you down. Try and grapple you away from the thing. But it probably takes both of them to hold you down. This third guy's far away now. He's like in the middle of the gate. Let's roll for this guy to make it back. That was a 17. A 6. And I'm also going to roll for the speed of your forces real quick. 13. Cool. So this individual is running back from the center of the gate, going, I don't know. They grab you and pull you down. And as he makes it to the mechanism and the brake, the enemy, or your forces, their enemy forces, start pouring in through the gate, rushing in, all on horses, all ready to go, ready to kill. And basically anybody they see is an enemy. They don't have to make any question of what's in there except for you, but they don't know, nobody can tell who you are, right?
I'm playing dead right now.
The first horse comes through and you're like, oh.
I play dead.
The 2 on you like look back. The guy reaches the mechanism and takes a spear through the chest, pinning him into the mechanism and stabbing into it. And the forces begin to pour into the city. It is not difficult. The way you set it up to send everybody out leads to quite a massacre. And city burns. The rest of the individuals from the camp eventually move closer, or you can see it from the hilltop that you're on, or you can see it with your sight. This city is burning.
It was a bit excessive. Okay.
Well, true.
Meow, the cat's meow.
Yeah. So there's a relief effort for refugee cats, but the chances of there being very many, if any, cats in this city is so low. They do not like cats at all, so they would have sought them out already.
Well, the gutter cats.
Yeah. There might be some gutter cats, and those cats are good at fleeing, so I'm sure you could find them and rescue them
In
too.
alleys, alley cats. Okay. Yeah.
There might not be alley cats. Yes, the city burns. You all were a part of it. Congratulations. The ship. What's it called? Nursery, is that what I was saying? The place where they were building ships is burning as well. That's almost got a second attack at the same time. Your forces all crush into them, and you're still constantly bringing in new forces as this all plays out, right? In one night, you basically crush this city in a way that a war couldn't have done, because you pop in through the back line and decimate them. So the ships that were being built are all burnt, but as you make it through the night into the pre-dawn morning, Imelda calls you back to a meeting in a tent that is much closer to the city now. And when you make it to the tent, assuming you all want to go to an early morning meeting, you don't have to, I guess. No, you don't have to play dead. All you have to do is take the knife out.
Nobody told him to take the knife out. They just told him to put the knife in.
Well, true. That's a good point. Captain Barrick lays dead for hours and hours. Yeah, you're drinking potions one by one as the night progresses. Yeah. You've seen the horrors of war. Buildings are burning like right in front of you.
So I'm just waiting for a friendly face, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Eventually there would be maybe. Well, they're all in armor. I'm sure Imelda would come through the gate at some point, and just be barking orders like, "Be sure to take that section. Get over there.
Oh, yeah, over here.
Someone kill that snake."
No, over here. It's me, Barrick.
Barrick, what are you doing on the ground? Get up! There's fighting to be done.
I don't want to be killed.
Get in there, plunder.
What? I don't want to plunder. What? I don't want to get killed. I look like a thing.
Why are you laying on the ground with all these other bodies?
Because I look like one of them.
Pull the knife out, stupid.
What?
Pull the knife out.
Oh. Pull the knife out.
Nah, you're just Barrick again.
You didn't tell me that bit.
It went without an explanation. If you put a knife in, you look like someone else. You pull the knife out, you don't look like someone else. Come on.
I'm okay. This is a lot of blood.
Drink your potions. We gave you so many potions.
I'm looking around. Sure, I got some left here.
Perfect. I'm gonna go back to work. And she begins to designate troops again, and the what appears to be royalty area is stormed. And then, your early morning meeting, if you all choose to attend and you're not laying on the ground.
We'll come. I'll come.
All right,
Meow.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Eats from a pouch. Meow.
What, on the 10th floor?
Totally coming.
You have a pouch at the tent. Everyone's welcome to a pouch if you want a pouch of food.
Good.
MRE cat food.
Yep. Otherwise, there are basically like I said, you've been bringing in tons of stuff, so there's meals and stuff if you want. But as you're eating, Imelda's there as the head of this force on this continent, and inducts a familiar face, a very tall hyena individual, very strong looking. Says, "Good to see you all made it. I had immense faith in you, and now I need to call on you again. Unfortunately, let's get into it." He wastes no time. As you can see from the harbor, if you look at the harbor, there are ships that are sunk in the harbor, but not enough, like way not enough. Admiral Saltaine says that the main force that we had here, ship force, has returned. We weren't able to stop this fleet before it began to sail, before it set sail. I have your ships here and several ships, and what we need to do, well, I mean, what we must do, there's no need even, it's a requirement. We need to sail back and finish off the invasion force, if it has indeed, and we believe it has, sailed directly for the Empire.
Can I just mention something?
Yes, Captain.
They were talking about evacuating civilians with these ships as well. Are we gonna pick up civilians, or are we just killing everyone?
Right. The indications we have from scouting ships is that every ship that has left is prepared for war. Every single one has weapons. They all have these odd plates on parts of the hull with runes all over them. And it does not seem like these are civilian ships in any way. But
No, but they said they would be transporting civilians. That's the whole point, apparently, is to run away from this continent. That's what the
catch me up. Who told you that?
The pigeon that we captured and interrogated.
And this pigeon was reliable?
Yeah, he basically told us everything, and then we got him killed.
Okay, well, why did you kill him as a prisoner of war?
No, so that was the continent to the south war. You know, that they had scouts, and so we to not get in a fight with them, we gave him over, and they just killed him. They didn't even question him.
Imelda leans over and is like referencing all these maps and stuff. Like, just look right here, and then they're coming this way, so it must have been this force right here, and that sort of thing. Explains it.
Just saying as well. Sounds like the force of the south might be a bit expansionist as well. So,
Meow, sounds familiar, Meow.
Does it? Interesting.
Just saying, if they wanted land, they might not be too happy what you've done for them, I guess.
Right.
Just be aware of that. Did that scout not get back to you with a full report? We sent a mage, lemon, something.
Yes, we did receive the information from Lemon, or Lemonade, or Mage Lemonade. I think that's what they were named.
Yeah, I think so.
We did receive that information. Just want to clarify, make sure everything's as organized and clear as possible. Okay. Yes, it's possible that these ships may have civilians on them. However, our scouts did not seem to locate any clear identifiers for civilian ships or not. That is a good point. And when we engage these ships, we do try to hail them, signal them, but everyone we've come up against, except for the ones at the very beginning when we hit this continent really hard, have resisted with weapons and magic. So for now, we're going to assume that these ships all have soldiers on them, but not engage them as if it's open warfare. We will pause briefly with each one to assess them. Yes.
Okay. I was more thinking about picking them out of the water, like civilians afterwards. If they survive.
Oh, you want to hit them anyway? Well, we don't do that. We could, I guess, just destroy all the ships and then pull any survivors out. That will be up to the individual circumstances of each ship. As you know, our fleet is a mishmash of a bunch of different individuals, some of which couldn't even handle pulling people aboard and saving them, that sort of thing. So we will do our best after the fact. The most important thing here is the safety of the Empire.
Yep, that's fine.
Any other questions?
Meow. Meow. Meow, I have a question, Meow.
Yes, Purrington, I heard you were a mage of great deeds during the encounter on the hill.
Meow, how has the grooming been going, Meow?
I take showers. I am a very clean individual. Imelda looks up like, what? What? I can't stress this enough. I take showers like everyone else here. I enjoy a good bath in the water. I have some scented soaps. Any other?
Meow, you smell like you've been grooming yourself, Meow.
I do not groom myself in the way that you're saying behind closed doors.
Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
He holds his big sort of paw hands up to everyone. He's like, I promise, I'm just like everyone else.
Don't worry, that was never in question, I think, with anyone else.
Any other relevant questions?
The other three cats agree with Purrington. Meow, meow, meow. Purrington goes kind of like a, well, kind of told you so.
Yeah. Cool. The plans are all laid out and ready for this continent's encounters, right? They have that all set up. They've had weeks to plan because they were waiting, that sort of thing. So they got all of that set up, and then Admiral Saltaine says, like I said, we have your ships here, the Levy, Rock Bottom, and if you would like to come and join the fleet, we're going to head back. Most of the fleet has already departed, and once we finish this rounding up of these ships and making sure the Empire is safe, we will come back and either evacuate the people we have here or set up some form of monolith in order to remove these people, or we will keep this portion of this continent. That will be worked out by, royalty, someone higher than me. But the current plan, just to lay it out, is we're going to head back and finish this out.
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. Hop onto your ships. There's a little bit of lag time just because there's a bunch of ships burning in the harbor, and you gotta get close enough, so there's some rowboats and all of that stuff. But you hop into the ships and begin the arduous but kind of boring sail back. Stuff. Anything you want to do while you sail back to the Empire after basically destroying a city?
Soraya missed that meeting, so she will ask Barrick about it.
Just the usual. A load of ships sailed off, obviously, before we got here. So we've got to go and blow them up.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. So we're just blowing up ships on our way back home.
Yeah. I'll mention the civilians, but I don't think they really care too much. So, yeah.
You're also welcome to talk to Admiral Saltaine if you want additional info.
I can pull over to the other ship with Admiral if you want to talk to him directly.
I mean, do you know if Samson got on? Are all of his boxes going back right now, or are they staying in camp?
Oh, well, we didn't go back to camp. It was very hectic. We went straight on the ship, so...
Okay, so I'll just assume he's still there then.
Yeah, they're probably still there. It's not the highest priority during a war, I think.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Even so, I guess maybe can I just go talk to Saltaine for a minute, though?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Okay. I've actually got to move the ship. I've got to move the ship. We're in the ocean.
Yeah, the way you set up meetings and stuff, there's a flag system, classic. Hey, we need to talk.
The dwarves get it all wrong.
Oh, well, I'm sure you have someone on board who knows the symbols.
Oh no, they
get
the gist. They just know that the dwarves are doing it wrong.
Instead of holding them half and up and stuff, you're doing them angled and all the wrong. You've got a little looking glass, and you see the people who are at the flags, and watching your ship. What does that mean? And there's some confused flagging back. I think
probably devolves into just waving flags at each other.
Yeah, come here. Anyway, yeah, sure. You make it to the other ship pretty easily, and Saltaine has his own quarters, right? Yeah.
I guess I will. He's not on deck then?
No. He's in his quarters.
All right. I will go and knock on his door, assuming I know where to find that. Or I will ask how to get to his.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. You've probably all been in there at some point or another. Enter.
Okay. I'll open the door.
Yeah.
So I just had a few questions because I kind of missed the meeting the other day before we left.
Sultane is writing what looks like a stack of letters. And he says, sure, what are your questions? But he doesn't stop writing.
Okay, well, I mean, Barrick filled me in on like we're just gonna bomb ships as we head back home. But I did have a question about like Hampson's research.
That, for the record, that's not what we're doing, but feel free to ask your
What
question.
we're doing.
We're not just bombing ships randomly as we sail back. We're attempting to catch the fleet that is headed towards the Empire before they make it to the Empire.
Okay, well, whatever. That's really irrelevant to me anyhow, since I don't sail or like shoot stuff. But anyway, so like, do you know like is Samson still at camp and is all his research still there?
You mean the little force of people we sent to do rough investigation while we were performing these very difficult missions? Yes. He and his team will be there until we can absolve this threat from the Empire, and then we'll head back and bring them with us, or we'll set up a ferry system between the continents. Yes.
Okay, so like he was still alive, do you think?
I did not check on Samson specifically, no, but and he
the
like
area was like secure.
He flips through all of these, like a whole list of names that's laying on his desk in front of him, and he like moves his paw down and he says, I don't see that name listed on this list of the dead here.
Okay, perfect. I'll assume he is fine then.
If you think he has perished, I can add him to the list of the letters I'm writing for his family.
No, I don't. I thought he was like alive last time I saw him, so. And I assume we like secured that area anyhow because we don't want people going up to the monolith. That shouldn't be there, right?
Right, of course, yes. The monolith is very secure. Assuming he stayed there, we can say that he's probably very safe.
Okay. I mean, there's a slight chance he wandered off to like look at a bug or something, but he's probably fine.
Uh-huh. Sure. I have a lot of letters to write. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna like not fulfill a promise is all.
Sure. Yes. Well, any other of your promises I can help you with while I write all of these letters to the families of those brave people that we lost during this campaign.
Oh, that's what you're writing right now?
Yes, I write, unfortunately, a great many of these letters to the families to inform them of their loss. It's probably the worst thing I do during my job. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I can see how that would be hard. I would have thought that would have been something you would have like assigned to someone else, but all right, well, thanks. I'll let you to your unfortunate work then.
I appreciate your grace. Thank you so much. Goes back to writing.
She'll head back, assuming she could still get back to Barrick ship.
Yeah, there's another disagreement on flags. Do you want to come here, or should we head that way? Something like that,
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's an argument on board of Rotbottom now because another dwarf's come along and knows exactly how to do it.
Yeah, right.
It's still wrong.
When you meet up, one of their flaggers is on your ship, like, here's how you do the sign for this, here's how you do the sign for this, and you have this like lesson on flags or whatever.
Yeah.
Exology.
What ology?
Vexology.
That the thing?
Study of flags.
Oh, cool.
If you would watch The Big Bang Theory, you would know that.
All right, let me just take one moment to offend you all real quick. I would consider Big Bang Theory to be the worst show that's ever been on TV. Of course, not counting all the ones that are super racist and like misogynistic and stuff like that. Those are definitely
entirely
worse,
wrong.
but, it's
Of the
if you take out
non-problematic
the laugh
shows.
track. No. If you take out the laugh track to Big Bang Theory, nothing funny ever happens. It's just a long string of look at this nerd point that I'm making over and over and over again. It's not funny. It's a terrible show. Thank you. That's my thoughts.
I've got some bad news for you. That's the mainstream opinion, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
kind
like
of critics of the
It's a
reviewers of
famous
the show.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
right.
it's like all those. It's like all those famous songs that are just paid to get on the radio. You know.
There's a little bit of the show that's a bit funny about vexology. So
This specific joke in the show is very funny.
this specific one, yeah.
Okay, well, regardless of the Big Bang Theory as it applies
But now
to...
you know vexology.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cool. After this flag discussion or whatever, I will say that Leario probably knows what's coming at this point, but it doesn't matter because the vision and the present are going to happen basically at the same time. And that is your two ships catch up to your fleet of the rest of the ships that are chasing this enemy fleet, right? You're basically like rushing behind a fleet. They're using magic. You're starting to use magic to push your fleet back as fast as possible. You're fighting the elements, whatever. And as you get closer and closer to where you know the Empire is, you also get closer and closer to where you think the other fleet is. And as you come up behind this fleet, in the night, one night, you know, it takes 2 weeks, so it's been 2 weeks. Time passes. You come up on this fleet, right, that has come to the edge of the Empire that you are a part of. Ships, a huge number of ships are across the coast as you come up upon them. It's this one. Bring it in real quick. And your ships come up behind them, sail up behind them as they begin the assault of the Empire. And... it's loading. I should have had this ready. As you come up behind this fleet of ships, it's as if the gold and the light reflecting off of their ships fills the ocean with gold underneath it. So you see ships and lights and a great expanse of gold, almost as if the ocean is full of treasure. And these ships begin the assault on the Empire. There seems to be no indication that any of them are willing to turn aside or stop, even though your ships are coming into being. And so, for the next time, this is where we will begin with the assault on the Empire and your attempt to save it as much as you can.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Behold, the War of the Golden Sea.
Was that the name of the campaign?
It is, yes. It's also what was listed on the very first scene at the top of the museum that had all the paintings of your ships in it. It's also, as a throwback, what Gob's captain's pirate saw when he had a vision of the future and the House of Stars agreed to work with all of the pirates. It all is right here.
And then God wasn't here for it.
And then God wasn't here for it, but that doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
there's definitely parrot pirates in here somewhere.
Good.
Cool. Next time, ship combat and magic combat and all of that stuff. So, you ready? I guess. Cool. Yeah.
Sound good? All right.
And that'll be on the 22nd.
Yeah. So not next week. Just next time. If you're going to be out, we're definitely not going to assault without you, right? There's no way.
No.
You both play way too big a part. So we might look at the other two individuals maybe doing something separate on the sale or something like that. But we don't have to do that. We can also just skip if y'all want to skip a week. That's cool too. The 22nd though would be when we do the ship fight. Oh, I just punched my mic so hard. What the heck?
I mean, I'd be up for doing something like a mini campaign or something on this next Sunday, but I know it's also a lot of work for yourself.
I mean,
Sorry.
not really, but it allows us to do like interesting side stuff, fun, alternate stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you got some ideas, I mean, I'm happy to turn up,
All right, cool.
play a character.
Cool beans. You can both be parrot pirates.
Oh yeah.
And you have to do the squawk.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right, well, now it's happening. So expect that next week.
I designate Heart to be the parrot.
No!
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for hanging and everything so far. It's been dope. Including this, just so you know, this campaign is 17 hours long already.
Wow.
Damn. Well, enjoy next Sunday, both of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Happy anniversary to you guys.
Hey, thank you.
I was there.
Yes, no, Hart played a critical role. It's very helpful.
Yeah, it was dope.
Always remember.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. I gotta go
Okay,
set up
I'll
for my
have
next thing.
next week.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta do
night.
fizzle events right after this.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This. Let me see what the heck is happening. Oh, I gotta save. Hold on. Before anything, let me save this. Oh, and I gotta pee. Ah. Wait, did I save it? Why does it look like I didn't save it? I guess I should have a folder. Anyway, there's two of them, so whatever. Bail out of here. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna play music and then go to Fizzle and do all that stuff. Bye.